Warm sunshine with increasing clouds on Friday. Good Thursday night, East Tennessee. David Aldridge, Captain Accurate here from the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Well, it's pretty quiet. I say pretty because there's a little bit of radar echoes coming across the plateau. Most of that I don't doubt is even reaching the ground, but there's a hint of some rain back to the west. We can see that around Nashville, Middle Tennessee, and certainly West Tennessee. It's beginning to find some rain, but you want to find some thunder. Let's expand the view even further. Down into Texas, over 2,500 lightning strikes, all building across parts of East Texas, northern sections of Louisiana, and southern sections of Arkansas. Now, we may get some rumbles of thunder. They've had some flash flood warnings, and it looks like Jasper County, Texas, but that's all going to stay down there for at least tomorrow, as we'll see things change eventually into Friday night. Now, low temperatures this morning were all over the map. Did you know it was 47 for a low in Jamestown, but a whopping 29 in Knoxville, because the warm air was beginning to march in this direction. Warm air advection, as we call it. The warm air transport brought the warm air eventually today, because we got to 63. And they hit 70 in Athens. Yay, 70! Oh, yeah, remember we had an Arctic blast last weekend? You wouldn't know it from this map. We hit 63 in Oak Ridge, and I did make a modification. I had 59 yesterday for today, but this morning I thought it was prudent to move it up to 61, so I'd rather be off 2 degrees rather than 4 degrees. So we hit 63 officially in Knoxville. In fact, the almanac shows how that compares to normal. Normal high is 49. The record high from 2019, just a few years ago, was 78 on this particular date. They hit 69 today in Chattanooga, 66 in Johnson City, so the warm air is here. Question is, how long will it stay? Well, it wasn't looking too good for Frosty the Snowman today. This came by way of West Knox County, and I'll tell you what, it was pretty warm. Now it's turning into mud. A little muddy. I feel sorry. Oh, I feel sorry. It's like a cry for help. Frosty the Snowman, what's happening? Don't feel too bad for Frosty. He'll be back in January, I can assure you. Team Spring, Team Snow. We're talking about the next snowfall for Knox County and perhaps all through East Tennessee on the Captain Accurate Premium side on Facebook. I hope you'll join me. We're laying down the groundwork. We're talking about our prospects, our opportunities, and if that's something that interests you, I hope you'll join us. By the way, that is the carrot there. I didn't notice that till later, but that's the actual carrot. Came off, I guess, from his nose. Oh, poor Frosty. Anyway, tracking the clouds, we'll find scattered clouds for the evening. Becoming mostly clear, though, overnight. Overnight lows will be in the mid-30s tonight. There's some of the radar echoes near Nashville, but it does stay to the west for quite some time. Maybe even a spot of rain for the Smokies tomorrow. More on that in just a second. Here's the yearly rainfall for Knoxville, 53, almost 54 inches so far this year. You would hardly know we had a drought, and a pretty bad one, too, in October, really September, October, and into early November. But if you look back at what's normal, normal is about 52 this time of year. So we actually have a surplus about 1.99, just under 2 inches. Last year at this time, we had about 46.5. These are McGee-Tyson airport numbers, so it may vary, obviously, where you live, but this gives us a good representation of how soggy it's been this particular year, although we had some really bad dry spells. I look at October, we couldn't even crack 2 inches. We couldn't get 2 inches of rain in 31 days of October. Pretty amazing. There's only a few years, really, that would be the case, and this was one of them. And December, 5.65. Historically, the green numbers, where we usually see the most amount of rain in July from those summer thunder boomers, and also in December, which we can have some wild weather. We got our second severe weather season, typically in November, December. Tennessee versus Clemson. Big game tomorrow night. Hard Rock Stadium, Miami, 10-2, the Vols, 11-2, the Clemson Tigers. Hashtag Go Big Orange. Everybody's rooting for the Orange, but we're rooting for our Orange. You know what I mean. Mid-70s for kickoff, mid-70s to finish, winds 5-10 out of the east-southeast. And maybe you're not going to the game, but you're interested in the weather. It will be humid down there. So for our players, wearing those pads, and it's dew points around 70+, they'll sweat without hardly even trying. And they're going to be trying, obviously. But there's a 10% chance of rain, perhaps earlier in the day before the game starts, is my expectation. Just 10% chance for rain. Now, Futurecast keeps the warm air in place, but I want you to focus in on Albuquerque. Where's Albuquerque? Well, that's off to the left side of the screen. Albuquerque, New Mexico is going to show some signs of getting cold as we play this Futurecast through. But I want to take you first, though, to the ball drop. That's midnight. That's Sunday. That's New Year's Day, right? Hooray, we've reached a new year. But it's warm. We're near 50. But as we move into Monday, the sun will eventually pop out. And look at the warm weather, all coming up from the southwest. If you're Team Spring, you're loving this. This looks fantastic. But I'm looking at Albuquerque. I'm looking at Denver. And I'm thinking, just as warm as it gets here, it's getting colder out there. Huh. So that maybe it could cycle back around. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. So anyway, I'm not too worried about Frosty. I won't be shedding a tear for him, at least not today. Happy New Year 2023. Near 50 at midnight. Winds out of the southwest generally 3 to 8, but most of Saturday's rains will occur during the day. So Happy New Year. And if you're headed to the Smokies, I maybe have a little bit of fog clinging to the hills, but otherwise I think it's going to be a great night, no matter where you are in East Tennessee, presumably that you're here. Sun to increasing clouds on Friday. Rainy with rumbles on Saturday, rumbles of thunder, and becoming mostly sunny New Year's Day. If you're up early on New Year's Day, Sunday, I suspect there'll be some residual clouds, but will become mostly sunny as the day and morning wears on. So here's the futurecast. How long does it take for this rain to get in here? Well, it looks like it's coming down hard in Jonesboro, Arkansas. That's 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. But if you look at the little patch of rain north of Atlanta, this is why I put in and articulate a little bit of drizzle, a few mountain raindrops for the Smokies coming up from North Carolina. Watch the little patch, a little bit of green there. There's lunchtime. So I say sometime in the afternoon, if you're maybe traveling through the Smokies and it starts to rain, has nothing to do with the rain to the west. It's coming up from the south and east. So all this system is just gathering momentum, gathering energy, as it were. So by 5 o'clock Friday, it's not raining yet. Not Knoxville, but give it some time, especially toward nightfall, heading into the wee hours of Saturday morning. It starts to get a little soggy and a little rainy, like so. And by 4 o'clock, it's still raining. I said most of it should be gone between 7 and 10 p.m. I still think that's true. There could be the residual shower, but there's 7 o'clock. Most of it's out of the way. And this model takes it out of here completely by 9, 10 o'clock and on its merry way. There's midnight. Happy New Year. Midnight still looks pretty quiet, dry, but we have maybe some soggy ground underfoot. But 8 o'clock on Sunday, some early clouds give way to lots of sun. And we finish New Year's Day generally in the lower 60s. That's nice. Nice way to start the new year. Now tonight, we're down to 36, becoming mostly clear, light and variable winds. Low temperatures will vary once again. Notice the blue areas. That's the 30s. The 40s like Crossville, Jamestown. Because think of it like this. Warm air rises, cold air sinks. So we're in the valley. We're in the bottom of the cereal bowl. We're going to feel the cold air. We're down to 34 Morristown, 36 Knoxville, 37 in Maryville. But as you can imagine, Crossville is twice the height in sea level. We're 900 feet above sea level. Crossville's 1,800 feet above sea level. And they're going to be in the 40s. So it's going to be one of those things where it does not cool evenly as we head into tomorrow morning. But eventually, we're back into the low 60s, warm sunshine with a slow increase in cloud cover for the afternoon, hardly moving, and the winds are hardly moving at all on Friday. 60 for a high in Wartburg and Morristown, 61 Maryville, Alcoa, and about 64 for Tellico Plains, about 65 for Athens tomorrow with the slow increase in clouds. Here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville and East Tennessee. 80% chance of rain on Saturday, rainy and rumbles, becoming mostly sunny on Happy New Year Day on Sunday, but then we're pushing near 70 on Tuesday. Imagine that. The record high on Tuesday is 74. Now, I'm not suggesting that we're going to hit any records, but if I just put 70 up there, some of you will say, is that a record? And the answer is no, it's not a record, but it's close. It's probably within 4 degrees. We'll keep an eye on that. And I reduced the chance of rain from 80 to 60% chance Tuesday. I think most of it will come in on Wednesday. So that may give us some, maybe some hazy sun pops out. If that's the case, we will be maybe in excess of 70. So the warmest day of the week looks like it's Tuesday. It comes with a price, comes with rain, and even some spots of rain on Thursday, but getting cooler. Notice Thursday's high may struggle to reach 50 degrees. Now, you can keep track of it all using the Captain Accurate Weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic. It's free at the App Store and Google Play. All you have to do is search 2 words, Captain Accurate, and it should magically appear on your smartphone or iPad. My name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. Happy New Year. We'll see you here next time. Take care.